I'm in my upside down pound and I got that upside down pound and I'm about my upside down pound.
There's a lot of dudes who just wear clothes. There's just clothes there, so they put them on because you're not allowed to walk around naked anymore, you know. Whereas me, like, everything just has to be right. I think that probably comes from hip hop, you know, like growing up with the hip hop culture. It was like, even if you had no money, whatever you had, it had to at least like match. You could make little things happen, you know, with very little money. Like, for example, my mum would never spend more than £30 on a pair of trainers, right? Which already left me like in a difficult position. I went to a school which didn't have uniform, so constant competition, you know, constant challenge. And like when I started doing stand-up, every gig, like I would spend like a good chunk of time, half an hour, maybe an hour. I'm not a woman, it wouldn't be more than an hour, but like, you know, I would think about how I would be seen when I step on stage, especially because the rap thing, no one expected it when I was starting out in stand-up. So I wouldn't come out in, you know, cap, big baggy stuff, you know, and chains and that. It would just be too obvious. So I wore what I was wearing at the time. I was maturing, you know, I was like 28, 29. You know, I was wearing cardigans and button-ups. I was already wearing Farah, you know. And it made the launch into rap within the stand-up shows even more strange and unpredictable. But that's totally spills over into my daily life. Like some days I feel real hip-hop and I've got the cap, I've got the baseball jackets, you know, big chunky trainers, chains, all of that stuff. But then other days I'm just like, I just get what I would call my grown man on, you know. Get the button-ups done all the way up to the top, the cardigans, the knitwear, straight trousers, you know, shoes. That's what I love about the Farah. You always got the gold F. As long as you know you got the gold F, then it can set off so many cool little things with the rest of your outfit. But I'm always thinking about that stuff. There's nothing accidental about me looking suave, like ever. It's always fully planned. I don't just throw some stuff on and look cool. I have to work it. My taste has always been eclectic. You know, hip hop was the thing that hit me hardest because it felt like it spoke to me somehow. Then I went through a period of just a solid, probably 12, maybe 14 years of just nothing but rap. I don't know, maybe when I first heard the Strokes, which was real late, you know, I didn't hear them when they first came out, I was too embedded in rap. But maybe like, it's probably when I met Ronson around about 2004. They just opened the doors, the floodgates just opened, I started listening to a lot more indie. Like the album I listen to most at the moment is that Subtract album. And I love it, but I still don't really know how I would describe what genre it is. It's just banging, start to finish. But no, I'm into all sorts of stuff that people probably wouldn't expect. They expect me to just listen to rap, but I listen to a lot of like random British bands. I just love the sound of people sounding British. There's a band from Morden called The Good Shoes who I'm just obsessed with, and a band from Reading called Pete and the Pirates that I'm a fan of. The Bombay Bicycle Club, I get confused with all the clubs, there's so many of them. Bombay Bicycle Club I'm a big fan of. Two Door Cinema Club I kind of OD'd on, and like I need to just spend some time away from those guys now. Plus like all their fans are like 12, so like I went to one of their concerts and I was just like, oh my days. People were looking at me like, where's your daughter? Do you know what I mean? As I looked around, all the guys that were there were just dads with their kids. And I was like, wow, this is nice. So I'm going to put them aside for a bit, but they are wicked, they are wicked. Obviously I'm never going to leave rap alone. It's sort of, a lot of people think it's got worse. It's not really got worse, it's just there's a lot more rappers and they're all terrible. Do you know what I'm saying? There's still the same amount of good guys, they're just sort of buckling at the knees under the weight of crap rap, do you know what I mean? But like Kendrick Lamar, Don Kennedy, Schoolboy Q, ASAP Rocky, there's a bunch. There's a couple of English guys I don't mind. But when it comes to English dudes, I like just real eclectic, like Jamie T, people like that. We just sort of, you can't quite put them in a box. I like that. Shoreditch in general means to me a lot of different things, you know. Probably mainly it's like loafers without socks, ironic beards, expensive pieces, that kind of thing. But no, I've seen it change a lot. You know, I'm a Londoner. I'm from Kilburn originally, but I moved to Hackney 2002. So I've been around the area for over a decade, and it's changed so much in that time. You know, and it's kind of like on the negative side, you've got that kind of, you know, that trendiness that's it's so try hard that it hurts. But then you've also got, there's some genuine like originators here. There's a lot of genuinely creative people who are thinking outside the box all the time. You know, that's what I like about the Boxpark, because it could have gone down that route of just pretending to be like representing smaller labels and stuff. But you've got a nice mix of both here. Farah fits in perfectly. So yeah, Shoreditch, I'm a fan to some extent, especially on a Friday, Saturday night. There's all sorts of shenanigans to.
Down pound and I'm feeling richer right about now. Come on, I'm in my upside down pound and I got that upside down pound and I'm about my upside down pound and I'm feeling richer right about now. Come on.